very, very helpful. I'm making up a word, but it's very easy to futurize. It's very easy to go forward at every single age of Ryan's life. It's very easy to futurize and think, what if, and what will this be like, and how will I handle that, and how will he, all of it. So I have to bring myself back to this week, this month, and that's what I just focus on this week, this month. Not that, there's some things you do have to think about, okay, we're getting towards 18, we're gonna have to do some planning once he hits 17. So you wanna be prudent, you wanna be wise, but we don't wanna cause ourselves to spiral into paralyzing fear by thinking about the future. So that's something that I will tell myself. Focus on this week, this month.
I think
what
that's
do we have to
a
do?
Brilliant strategy. I think that's brilliant, because we will never know, no matter how much we think about it and worry about it, what's going to happen in the future. It's unknown, it's unknowable. So to bring ourselves back to, okay, but what do I need to do? There's where that fear can be very helpful. Well, I'm afraid of that, so what do I need to do to prepare for it? Oh, okay, well, I worry about it at this age, and I set these things up, but then I bring myself back to, what do I need to do right now, right today, or tomorrow? Yeah, I like that.
That's something I definitely share with moms all the time, just right now. Just focus on it.
I call it today's hill, not tomorrow's mountain.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Today's hill,
Not tomorrow's mountain.
Oh, I like that.
Because tomorrow's mountain could be just a hill.
Exactly.
We don't even know.
Exactly.
I
I mean, it's
like
just a little
that.
thing. I just have
That's
these
so
things I say to
good.
myself that really just help me find my feet and be grounded again.
I like that. I mean, and certainly if you are in a place where you are panicking often, or you're having actual panic attacks, you're not sleeping well, you're not coping well, then absolutely you've got to reach out for help. Whether that's a mentor, a counselor, a therapist, your doctor, somebody. So we definitely want to.
Panic attacks, trouble sleeping, feeling overly anxious about having trouble getting out of your house, having trouble starting anything, having trouble getting up in the morning, having trouble going to bed at night. All of those are big indicators of, okay, I think it's time for me to reach outside and get some support.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we encourage you to do that, and you are not alone for sure. I am a strong believer in therapy, and it's definitely helped me a lot navigate through all the emotions of this journey and the stress of this journey. Do you think that self-care practices, I don't mean like getting your nails done or watching Netflix or having a glass of wine, nothing wrong with any of those, but I mean, when I say self-care, I mean engaging in activities that produce a sense of calm or a spark of joy. If you love knitting and that gives you joy, if you love reading, if you, like for me, like getting out for a run or exercise produces so many good feelings for me, things that sustain you for the long haul. Do you think, and I think I know the answer to this, that engaging in self-care helps decrease some of the worry, or do you think that those are just good practices that are helpful in general when you have a stressful life?
But absolutely, both, 100%.
Both. If you're engaging in things that take you out of the worry, focus you on what it is you're doing, then that's fantastic. But if you're running and you're running in your head, worry, then that's probably not very helpful.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
There are evenings when I come home from work and my husband will look at me and he'll go, I think your camera's upstairs. Because he knows that I need to either I live very close to the beach, so either go down to the pier or, come up into Lanada Bay. And I only need 10, 15 minutes because I'm 100% focused on that creativity. And my brain is not any of this. It won't be. Sometimes I need it for 10 minutes. Sometimes I need it for 2 hours. Sometimes I need music. That's another big one for me. And it might even just be music driving to an appointment that I have to go to,
Yeah.
but I know I have to have that music and not answer my phone during that 10-minute trip to interrupt that music. So 100%,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
100%. I think another like hugely important is laughter and a sense of humor.
And Lisa, you say that too.
Yeah.
You know, whether that be just calling a girlfriend and literally kind of making fun of your day, or making fun of how you responded to a certain situation.
So good.
Any of those things, or sometimes even just saying, oh my gosh, I need to watch something that's funny that's going to make me laugh. And
I end my day watching a comedy, whether it's a sitcom. I might have seen it 100 times,
Perfect.
but that's how I end my day.
With humor.
With humor. That's how I end my day. And I was a staunch no TV in the bedroom, and that went out the window. Now every night before I go to bed, I'm watching a half an hour or so of a comedy.
I like that. And I'll admit that I wish I would use humor more often in my story, because I think it is powerful and it is a relief. I think that's why I like a night off with girlfriends, because I feel like they bring out the silly side in me and I laugh so much, you know.
Wonderful.
I feel like that's like one of the most powerful things about the retreats, although I haven't done them, I have a visual of what you're doing, is that, you know, you're coming together and you're probably pouring a little bit of your hearts out about the stuff that's just troubling or whatever, keeping you captivated at that moment. But then I know you always, I say you, I speak of myself too when I'm with girlfriends, is that you eventually come to that place where you just kind of set that all aside, put it to rest, and you move into like the goofiest thing that happened to you, or some ridiculous thing your husband said to you, or, you know, whatever. And that is just so healing.
It is.
So healing.
It is.
One more thing I wanted to bring up before we end, I want to make sure we get it in.
Yes.
Is the, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I find great humor in all the things about drinking, right? All the things about drinking. If there's a joke about drinking, I'm going to put it on my Instagram or whatever it is, Pinterest. But underneath that joke, I think there's real concern. I think a lot of moms and dads, we manage some of our fears and some of our stressors
For sure.
with alcohol and maybe other drugs. And so while everything is okay in moderation, I think we really have to be very mindful of ourselves and very watchful of ourselves and our partner, that we don't use alcohol or other drugs too much and let it get away from us.
Absolutely. So moms, just know that you are not alone, that we all have long lists of fears that we think about, and they change and they grow and then they go away. But it is completely normal, and that we also have choices. We do have choices what to do with it. We don't have to be paralyzed. We don't have to get stuck on the hamster wheel of fear and questions, but that we can take steps to really counter that and not let it have power and control over us. So thank you for being with us today.
And I'd like to say, just in closing, on your roughest day ever, remember that what you need to hold on to is the love you have for your child. That's going to sustain you. When you don't think you can get up out of bed, when you don't think you can make one more phone call to the insurance company or go to one more IEP, that deep abiding love that only a mom can know and only a mom can experience, that is going to sustain you.
And don't be afraid if you don't feel that deep and abiding love for your kid. Okay?
To let them out of the car.
Yeah, it's okay. If you don't feel that, it will come back once the stressors reduce.
Well said.
That's so good. Thank you so much. Thank you both.
Thanks.
This was just